Today, we're going to meet Enrico Vita, CEO of Amplifon. Enrico, thank you for visiting Bocconi University.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So let me start with a broad question on the sector of hearing aid, a sector which plays at the intersection between life science and technology. In your observatory, as a leading global player, what do you see the core trends in the years to come?
Sure. Well, we see some clear trends at the global level. The first one, and most probably the most important one, is related to the aging of the world population. Just think that today, seniors, so people 65 plus, represent about 9% of the world population, and this percentage is expected to increase to 12% just by 2030, which is less than 10 years from now. And the new generation of seniors is very different from the typical stereotypes of the third age. They are much more dynamic, they are also very curious versus the new technologies, digital technologies. They connected to the internet and they have at least one social account. The second trend that we see, and this is more specific to our sector, is unfortunately an increase in the hearing loss prevalence in the world population. Just think that today 1 out of 5 people in the world suffer from some degree of hearing loss, and this ratio is expected to increase to 1 in 4 by 2015. And this because the hearing loss risk factors are not being offset by increasing prevention. That's why in our sustainability plan we focus a lot and we set very clear targets in order to raise awareness about prevention, hearing loss, etc., etc. Then, from a technological standpoint, what we see is that hearing aids have become connectable devices, which means devices able to collect an enormous amount of data and information about our customers, which open the door for us to a huge opportunity in order to innovate in the customer experience and services that we deliver to our customers.
That's very fascinating. So in order to tackle these challenges, Amplifon went through an impressive turnaround in the last 5 years. Can you share with us how you transformed the organization?
Sure. Well, since the beginnings, my absolute priority was to set the direction for the group and to set also the priorities for the group. So we defined a very simple and very focused strategic framework, which is composed by just 3 very simple pillars. The first pillar is about our model of growth, which is made of organic growth, which is the main KPI for us to judge how well we are performing in the market, and also acquisitions. Acquisitions played a very important role in our growth story, and in fact, in the last 5 years, we have invested more than 1.5 billion for acquisitions. At the center of our strategy, there is as always, our customers. So our commitment to deliver the best customer proposition to our customers, a proposition where digital technologies play an important role in order to improve the experience and the protocols inside our stores, but also outside the stores from the first contact to the after sales. And then the third pillar, which is about our people and organization, that it's our most valuable asset. It's the asset that made the real difference in the last few years, and I'm very confident that we'll continue to do so also in the future. I feel very fortunate to lead a group of people that I see it is very talented.
So growth, customer and people, and speaking about human capital in general, Amplifon recently launched the Bocconi Chair in customer science, which is very important to attract students and also to fund research on our talented professors. Since you spoke about talents, what do you expect from the chair?
Yeah, well, let me say first that our decision to strengthen the relationship with Bocconi in the form of a strategic partnership with the institution of the Amplifon Chair is deriving from the fact that I believe that we share many important values between us. We also share commitment to innovation and to talent. With regards to the chair, I believe that this chair builds a sort of a bridge between the latest advancements in artificial intelligence and marketing practice, which I believe is the future of marketing. And in fact, with this chair, we want to support and give a contribution to the advancement in knowledge in marketing. And we are also very happy that this chair has been assigned to a very young and talented professor like Professor Gaia Rubera.
Thank you very much. We are sure to deliver and we hope that you'll be satisfied. So let me conclude with a policy question, Enrico. What Italian SMEs can learn from Amplifon's story? Or to put it differently, we are living in a super moment for Italy in these days. How can we transform more Italian SMEs into established global players like Amplifon?
Sure. Well, if you look at the most successful companies around the world, I think that they all have one very specific characteristic in common, which is their ambition. Their ambition for growth and their ambition to be the leader in their sector. To be the leader in your specific sector, in my opinion, is vitally important in order to have the capacity to invest more for the long term and to invest more than your competitors. Also, it allows you to make experiments and maybe also mistakes without any relevant consequence for the company. Then what I also observe is the fact, and what I believe is the fact that I strongly think that companies that will be more able to exploit digital technologies will be the ones that more likely will win in their respective sector. As Amplifon, we are investing every year more than 100 million in digital technologies, in data, software, etc. And I think that this will represent a competitive advantage for us for the future.
These are important tips for any SMEs in Italy. So, Enrico, thank you very much for visiting Bocconi University, and I look forward to having you back with our students in our campus.
Thank you to you. It has been a pleasure.